Welcome back to the NFP live trading, guys. Hope that you guys ready for another big trading day. In just matter of 25 minutes coming up, NFP will be trading live in this session, and like as usual, yesterday also you had a very successful session. Today is the last day of trading week, pretty volatile day. We will be looking to trade this XAUUSD along with other USD pairs, anyone that giving us the better trading opportunity. We'll be looking to see dollar yen. I had early trade today and it's running in profit. Let's look at now what kind of trading opportunity we have in this session for today. Now looking at first of all XAUSD, and also we'll be looking at the currency pairs as well. I hope that you guys are ready for this big trading day, and let's start first day how we can first session of this day, how we can find trading opportunity in this session. Let's look at that. And before I begin this session, make sure guys you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every single day. Let's begin. What kind of opportunity we have? Okay, let's look at today as with the data coming up in couple of minutes. First of all, starting with the calendar to see where the market potentially be heading for today. Now, looking at the calendar here, what you can see in just matter of 25 minutes, two news coming on: CAD, employment change and unemployment rate, and dollar coming average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change and unemployment rate. Now, why this data is so important? Let's look at that as well. And it's a very important fundamental aspect of trading, as well as with the data coming up, we might see that the market coming for a bigger correction and then having another move. Now, looking at gold, okay, so what kind of move we might expect today on gold? First, I would like to see all the members are here in this live session. Guys, ready for Lawrence? Welcome. Sagar, thank you for joining. So yes, guys, if you are here in the live chat, and also make sure you give a thumbs up, smash it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet, press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Like is going up, thank you for that. And before NFP, I hope that every member are ready here. Are you guys ready? Now, what's your view with the data on NFP? What do you think, which way the market potentially be heading in this here? Now, do you think that XAUSD going to be bullish or bearish? Now, majority of the members or traders, what you'll think the market may do exactly. Patrick, thank you very much, appreciate it. Gilberto, welcome. Let me post a poll here first of all to see what's your opinion on NXC on gold. So what's your opinion on gold with NFP? Breakout. So two options. One is breakout, that means bullish. Number two, the second option is breakdown. So I have shared with you two options. If you guys share your thought before the NFP, will be helpful for us to understand actually which way the market might be heading. Samuel, welcome. Lawrence, bearish and then bullish. So bearish and then bullish. Okay, that's a good point. Santaram, welcome. Okay, now from the daily, if we look at the daily chart, today the market opened with a gap. This is the daily low, and from this support level we can see the market so far has made an upside bias, and the market now pushing down here to this daily support level. Now looking at first of all multi-time frame analysis, and that looking at the monthly first of all to see overall direction in this market. Now looking at monthly, the previous monthly candle that you can see, all right, so you can see the previous monthly price action, a doji, a monthly doji. So with that monthly doji, what you can see on both sides, equal wick. So with that equal monthly long wick, all right, so this is a pretty gentle doji. Now this month, once the market opened, this is the first week, we see that there is an initial bounce back to the upside. Now with that bounce, as this market so far has made a bullish move, there is a probability for two possible scenario we could see with the data. The first scenario is the market to, after a retest of this daily low, to push pass back to the upside again. The other possible scenario is for the market to come down here with a bigger spike down to this monthly support level where there is a gap open, right? So if we draw a support level here in that area where there is a monthly support level, okay, so if you look at here, you can see this is the monthly doji and monthly opening and close, which is a very important level, which is less likely if in case the market breaks down, right? So with the NFP, if the market breaks down, it is possible, one scenario that the market to potentially come back to 3289 or 3290 level, as there was a gap open and the market doesn't like to leave a gap without checking. So this is also one probable scenario for the market to come back here to retest that. So now the question is, if the market going back up to the upside again or coming down, let's look and understand from the lower time frame, dropping down to the weekly. As weekly market, that if you look at what we can see, this is the weekly price action where there is an inverted head and shoulder formation that we can see, right? So with that inverted head and shoulder, now this is a, from the bigger picture perspective, from the weekly, it's a bull market, right? So we can see that here is, this is the weekly price action where there was a market open with a gap and made its initial bounce. Now I will keep my mind open in both possible scenario, right? Because this weekly support also has not been tested yet. The market hasn't tested this weekly support, and it is possible for this market almost to come back here to that weekly support level with 3289 or 3290 level, which is an important support. Now let's look at the daily chart. Now the market in a very crucial level at the moment. If you look at here, you can see this is the daily support level, right? So where you can see the market here is a very crucial level. There's daily close and the daily open and daily close and the daily open. So there is a one probable scenario. There might be even multiple rejections. So it could be that the first possible scenario in this market with the NFP is the market to test this daily gap and then bounce back to the upside, right? So if you look at here, you can see that this is the daily gap and then to bounce back to the upside with this momentum. Now let's look at the 4 hour. Here is the very important price action that, guys, we can see is the market to this is the daily gap open. Today is still the market didn't test that low, and there is a, here there was yesterday a break of structure that we have seen. We have traded that in this live session, if you guys remember. Now that break of structure that we can see on XAUSD also could be an important crucial level for the market to retest, reject back to the upside. Now if the market breaks down from here, let's look at the 15 minutes and the lower time frame here. If you look at the 5 minutes, as we trade on the lower time frame. Now looking at the 5 minutes, if this market breaks down from that structure, this is the weekly low, right? So which is 3289 level. Now it is possible for a sudden spike, right? So completely break below and then to return back to the upside again with a stronger momentum. Now let's understand that very lower time frame price action, 1 minute chart, to see what kind of market structure is forming. Now looking at the 1 minute here, what you can see that this is the daily, today's low here, and one probable scenario is the market to come back here to the daily low and then reject back to the upside. The other possible scenario is the market to come back here to the monthly low and then reject back to the upside. Now because it's a bull market, right? It's a bull market, our bias is to buy, right? So why? Because we want to trade with the trend. Keep in mind, guys, here the secret of successful trading is to trade with the trend, right? So hello, welcome traders. Then breakout. Okay, gold may go down. Yeah, there is a probable, as I mentioned, depending on if this market is testing this daily low, there is one scenario. Let's look at the daily high today so far, and today's high is here. Okay, so this is the today's high in that area. Now where we can see the market in this lower time frame for the price to come back here. All right, so retest, grab liquidity, and then to return again to the upside. So therefore what we can see here in this market for the price to potentially test and then to bounce. So here is a big head and shoulder as well. So if you try to spot that zone, this is the head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder, a big head and shoulder that you can see in this area. So you can see here head, left shoulder, and the right shoulder. There is a possibility for a drop to the monthly support as the market didn't test that low. The other is just to test the daily low and then to reject back to the upside. So depending on the price action confirmation, that we will be able to know exactly which one to play out. But let's wait for the data, and also the figure coming up, also an important factors. If we see the non-farm employment change, okay, so getting a bigger deficit in the information, that means the difference in data, that might have a stronger impact in the market. In that case, we might see that a sudden drop or break of structure again for this low to this support level. Waiting for the market to show its hand in this area. What's your view on that? Also, I have posted a poll. If you guys, I see the 21 votes, everyone cast a vote, let us know. I see that there are 57% traders here is on the breakdown side. So there, as I mentioned, yeah, this is possible for the market to at least to come back to the daily low first of all, or even further before it potentially bounce back up. So as we have 10 minutes to go, you can see that it's trying to break below. Testing the daily low is important first of all, and highly likely that we will see a retest of this 3353 or even below, right? So below the 3353 and then reject back to the upside here. All right, so here is, we can see the market coming down here and waiting for that price to show that possible rejection, and then that correction and the rejection back to the upside. Daily low first, then up. Yeah, this is a very probable scenario for the market come to the daily low and then bounce back to the upside, which is a very high probable scenario to happen. So we I am holding on to that idea of first of all daily low, because expecting to come back to 33 3289, which is becoming too ambitious here. But coming to the 3353, it's very probable with the first impulse back to the downside, because if we look at the monthly low here, as I mentioned earlier, this is where 3289, which requires a huge impulse with the news, and which is almost 690 pip, which is possible if there is a big difference in data. But testing the 3352 and low and the rejection to the upside, which is a very high probable scenario in this market. So and now here you can see it's trying to form an inverted head and shoulder. We have 8 minutes to go. Let's wait first of all, and definitely we are not opening any position before the data, because there will be definitely a big spike. There's a big difference coming up in terms of the spread. So, and I would highly encourage you not to open any position before the news or even during the news, as there will be definitely a big spread gap, and that's risky. I had in the past very bad experience of opening position just on the news. So if you think that you just open and a spike will give you profit, that might be a very bad idea. So make sure you are always being cautious on that. And now let's wait for the market to show possible bias here. So it's a support level in this area, waiting for that market to come up here. It's a very key level of support. All right, so cool. Thanks for joining the live session. I hope that you guys enjoying like we're doing every single day, and I see likes is going. That means you guys enjoying the live session. And in this live session we do analyze every single day, right? So make sure you also join the Telegram channel. You can find link below this video for more update, education and analysis like we are posting in this channel every single day. All right, so here we have 5 minutes to go. You see how the structure is being created. This is a bearish price action in this area. So if you look at here, what do we see? There's a liquidity grab. It's a bearish price action. We might see the drop back to the downside in this area. Here is to this support level. And we may see that a rejection back to the upside from this zone. We have 4 minutes to go to see the possible spike. The structure here is bearish. So if it is a normal time, I would definitely look to sell from here because it made a false breakout and now showing that bearish move, but definitely not now because of the, as I mentioned, spike. Let the spike to happen. So the spike could be in that direction. So which is around to see that possibly 35 pip certainly could be, and highly likely, and then could have rejection back to the upside. But if we open now, there is a high risk because of the spread widening, so we are not doing anything, letting the market first to prepare itself, and then we will be looking into the trade. Okay, so you can see that coming to the daily low, we have 3 minutes to go. It's almost testing the daily low, nearing to the hitting the daily low here, and with that support test, right, cool. We are almost nearing to 2 minutes remaining for the price to potentially to have that spike, and here it created a possible bearish structure, so the possibility to come back here to the support level now is higher. And then once the price has tested this low, we may see that potential bounce back to the upside in this market. So here is the, if you look at here again, we can see that there is a big drop pullback. The market is forming series of lower high and lower low, so which is a series of lower high in that area, and with a long wick 20 EMA retest, and then potential rejection back towards the downside, coming to possible to this daily support. Here is a no man's land, which is a big gap, and in that no man's land we might see possibly the market to retest and then to return back again to the upside to create a new higher high in this market. So let's wait. We have 1 minute to go. We see the price trying to push back to the upside with a potential spike, and the data may penetrate that low and then could go back up. So if, because as soon as the data is releasing, there is a spread widening, but if it is spike, have that initial down, 1 minute or 2 minutes past, we may be able to see, we may see that we may place pending order above this level. First of all, let's wait for the market to show. Yeah, that's what happened. The market tested the daily low, just been tested. All right, so let's wait to see what kind of information that we can see on the market. Here is non-farm employment change, a big difference, 139k. CAD employment change to be 8.8k, was forecast a big difference, minus 11.99k. Unemployment rate is 0.7%, 7%, which is almost the same. So average hourly earnings also improved. So we see the data, there is a positive data on Xauusd. So on dollar, and as I mentioned, that's where the market has shown that bearish pressure, weakness on dollar. Now let's wait to see where we will be placing the pending order. Now as we can see, the market has broken below to the daily low. It has broken the low, potential for an upside bias here, right? So what I'm going to do, guys, here, putting a buy stop above this high. If the market goes up, we will be on the trade, placing a buy stop in that area, which is little wider stop loss. So make sure 65 pip stop loss. So make sure, guys, you do proper risk management, which is the key. We'll be targeting to the daily high. So it's a bit higher daily high, so we will be placing the TP target there, but we may be able to get the trade earlier resolved if it is only going back to the upside here, breaking that high. So our this will be a buy stop. The market might go quicker, so you will be placing the buy stop here on XAUUSD. XAUUSD buy stop at 3360.91. So pending order. Stop loss at 3352.74. TP target at 3374.65. So place the buy stop on XAUUSD and so place the buy stop on XAUUSD 3360.91. Stop loss at 3353.32. So TP target placing at 3374.65. So waiting for a possible entry. The trade is active. Somehow mine takes little time. The trade is active on XAUUSD. We are on the trade. So we are on the trade on XAUUSD. The trade active. Let's wait to catch this potential peep here. So we are almost to 20 peep up. So here the market has made initial bounce. Come on, that's a big bounce here. And so you see there is a daily support, and would like to see the market to potentially remain bullish in that area. And there's a 5 minutes close coming. See some downside, expecting it to revert back to the upside. We have very tight stop loss. I trade like that, tighter stop loss. If we get out, then we might be able to re-enter again. So it's on the daily support, the market, and I'll put a couple of peeps below here. The so you're seeing a pin bar here and wanting to see the market to push back up again. Our entry is here. It's a very tight stop loss in that area, around 75 peep. Might penetrate that level. Waiting for a possible upturn in that area. Thank you. Cool. We can see there's a 1 minute close again, wanting to see that it's pushing back up, and cool, passing the entry. Now here is once the market the key here is to see the price being able to break the high, and so our stop loss at 3353.32. I try to break the low. So we have seen that there is a possibility for the price is just moving around this daily low. If it breaks below, we need to wait for further entry. Still on it. Oh, it's broken below. So we are out with this one here. Very strongly bearish. We'll be waiting for, if you look at the 1 hour, we can see there is a daily support test again, and there is still probability for further bounce. Let's wait to see. The daily low is here. Okay, so we'll be placing another pending order just above this high. Now if it is remaining bearish, we may see the downside to create a new lower low, but I think from the daily low there should have another bounce. We'll always have a bigger profit target here. So placing another entry above this high, buy stop again, keeping the same setup for the daily high today. So placing buy stop again above 3360.57. It may trend back down, as I mentioned. So if it is trending back down, then we will be waiting. I think the market to retest the daily high again before it bounce if it drops. So we place that buy stop again in this area, and so place the buy stop again here in this area, and with that one, what we can see that so we place buy stop in that area and expecting that the market to potentially to go back up to the daily high. Now if it is not going back to the daily high, we might see that complete break of support, and in that case we'll wait to see where the market potentially be heading in this area. So let's wait to see, and wanting to see the market to show possible hand. Here is currently this is showing bearish. Now with that bearish move, if it is having a very strong downtrend, we might see the price to continue to push back down here to create a new lower low in this market. And let's wait to see what's happening. Place another pending order in that area, as this is currently breaking below, and if the trend continues, we might be able to later to find a sell entry if the price is not going back up again to the daily high. So if the trend continues, in that case we might see that, as we mentioned earlier, to retest potentially to the weekly low, and that might be a possible scenario. Here is another support that we can see the price approaching. We'll see that where the price potentially coming before it bounce again. Here is, we see one minute pin bar here, which you'll see that if it is coming here. Now we place the buy stop again. 3360.57, stop loss at 3351.43, and TP target at 3374.41. Place that here on this one buy stop, and waiting for the market to potentially hit back to the upside, and then to create a new higher high. So we'll be looking to see. So you see that again the market pushing back to the upside. Guys, if you're enjoying the live session, make sure you give a thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you are not missing any of the content that I'm posting every single day. So it's trying to create another price action in this area that might lead the price back to the upside. Okay, so here another doji, and the market trying to push back to the upside. But you can see the market slowly pushing back to the upside, and you may see the market continue to rise in that area, and which is a very important support level here. Okay, so you can see it's push back to the upside, waiting for possibility to move up. And if it is moving up, as we mentioned earlier, currently the price above the daily low, expecting to have a complete break to the upside, to cross the daily high, and then to continue to rise to create a new higher high in this market. So you can see here slowly potentially creating a bullish structure. We see there was a break to the upside and break to the downside. Now if this market pushing back up again, expecting to go back to the daily high, waiting for a potential trigger in that area, potential hit, and once we see that hit, we can look for that potential entry opportunity. Okay, so hitting that level, this is all mean nearly there. So if it triggers in one more candle and then going back up, we will be expecting to 140 pip move, waiting for the price to potentially to get that trigger in this market. This is so far here is bull market locally, wanting to see that it's going back to the upside, and if it breaks below again, then we might see that bigger move downside. But here we'll see that where the price potentially be heading. Hope there guys you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Here you can see the price slowly trying to push back to the upside to the resistance line, and we may see that the potential trend continuation here in that area. And with that trend continuation, we might see the price to hit that entry and then to continue to rise back to the upside, waiting for that possible move in this market. Cool. We can see that here is the liquidity grab and pushing potentially back to the upside. But I think we may see that potential movement in this market to the bullish side. Would like to wait for the market to show possible directional buys, and I think the price may still be biased to the upside here, as it is a bullish market in that area. And let's wait for the price to have a possible spike back in this market. So what we can see here with this, this is a drop, and the price on a very crucial level. If you look at the daily here, you can see the price above the daily high, and with that daily high retest, we may see that the market to potentially trend back. Here it's forming multiple doji. The reason I placed the pending order above this high is because of the zone here. So you can see that it's a very crucial level, and from that level expecting that the market to trend back to the upside. Now here is the double top formation. What kind of price action it is forming in this area? That's the key to look at. If it managed to break the high, then we may see that potential move or to trend back down again in this area. Still placing that pending order in the same place. If the market push back to the upside, we can look for that that entry here. We'll see that where it is heading to. We can see that there was a manipulation multiple times in this area. you see the breakdown, and then the market now forming a sideways movement in that area. So this is not a very clear directional bias yet, but our pending order above this high is because if this market breaks this high, then there is a possibility for the price to go back to the daily high. But if it is keeps moving sideways, then we'll see that where it is heading to. But I think if we look at the daily high, if the price to push back to the upside, we may see another retest of the daily high. If the price finally breaks below and it started to trend back down, we might see that in that case the price to completely come back down again to create a new lower low in this market. We'll see that where it is heading to, and based on that we can look for entry. Here is very interesting. We can see there is a double top, and with the double top it's now slowly trying to form smaller bear candles. So let's wait to see in fact finally where it is to be heading to. And Francisco, good day, welcome Francisco, thanks for joining. Greetings, welcome. Bye bye. I'm bearish on gold, targeting 3300 level. Thank you, because dollar needs to bounce. We had a little bit of disconnection and back on track. All right, so you can see that after the doji formation, it's again continuing that downtrend. So basically showing a probability for a change of trend. Let's wait to see. Now our buy stop is here. It didn't trigger. Would like to see that if it is continuing to the downtrend. If it is continuing to the downtrend, then we will be waiting for possible entry here in that area. Now looking at the 30 minutes, a big bear candle. So here is the market showing possible downtrend. It's completely has broken below. So we need to change our direction possibly to the downside. I think that the market may trend down here, 3340 level. So we'll be 5 minutes chart, the candle closing in 1 minute, 2 minutes later, which is pretty strongly bearish at the moment. And so we'll be changing the buy stop to sell stop here in this area for this possible drop. Stop loss above this high, TP target to this level here, to the support level. So placing sell stop here. Sell stop at 33, closing the pending. So we will be closing the pending order on buy stop and placing sell stop. $3346.01, stop loss at 3350.16, and TP target at 3340.43. Place the sell stop here for this potential break below. As you see, the market currently trending, so we potentially could see that downtrending market structure here. So place the this is where a new entry, sell stop at 3346.01, stop loss 3350.16, and TP target setting at 3340.43 level, so which is to the support level. If it breaks below, then we will be entering into the trade for this potential drop back to this long-term support level here. Now if the market not coming here, then we might see that sideways movement, and I think then we will see that what will be the new directional bias in this market. And as you can see, it's trying to grab liquidity from this 20 EMA, and with this liquidity grab we might see that drop. So waiting for that to happen, potentially coming back below in that area. This is very interesting price action. Here if the market again going up, then we might see that possible bounce to the daily high, but we'll be waiting to see what's happening. I have closed the pending order on buy because the market dropped well below our support level, so we will not be running any buy. It may go back up, but I think even it might potentially to range in that area. So if it is ranging, then it is ranging. We may see that the price to just to come up and down. Would like to see what potentially the market be doing here. I don't have buy stop here. Place the seller stop if it is breaking below. We are on the trade, or we will keep observing the market structure. So you see the market is currently in a sideway in this area. We still didn't see any stronger trend. If you guys look at it, you can see drop here, bounce back here, so creating series of lower high and higher low, so which is currently in a sideway. And in that sideway market, we may see the market to still to move in a up and down. So we'll be waiting to see possible directional bias completely. So this is a smooth resistance line that has created in that area with a series of high and low, and with this smooth resistance line we may see that drop again. Now the sell stop is here, so let's wait to see if the market again breaking below. So it's trying to break above here with an inverted head and shoulder, and so there is an if you guys look at it, you can see here is an inverted head and shoulder, and the market slowly pushing potentially back up, but there is quite a few a rejection here, so you may see that the market from this level to get another rejection back again in that direction. Breaking above in that area, and so let's wait to see if it is completely changing the trend or grabbing liquidity for another drop. It didn't hit that level. Looking at the 4-hour from the daily low, here is a support. Now with a pin bar here, there is a narrow pin bar in this area, which is very smaller narrow pin bar. Now with the narrow pin bar, the market may we can see liquidity grab, and it might now break below. The sell stop will still be there, because if the market breaks below here, there's a possibility for new lower low in that direction. So let's wait to see if it is breaking below. With this one, with a very narrow doji, we may see, if this market breaking below, we might see a complete break below again here in that direction. So our entry is at the lower low. So if the market is breaking below, we are on the trade in this area. We see there is a doji formation on the 5 minutes. Now this 5 minutes doji can be a bearish rejection from the top, and if that's the case, we might see that potential lower low. And the entry here, we could bring that entry above, but I would like to see that it's breaking that low. So if it breaks this lower low, we are on the trade. So in that case, we will be able to take this 59p possible move back to the downside. As if you look at the 1 hour chart here, this is the support level from the 1 hour chart, which is a very important support. And in that support, if you look at the 1 hour, you can see the market here, pretty important support level, expecting that this market to potentially come back here to create a new lower low. So here is a rejection that might lead the price straight back to the downside. So there is a downside pressure in that area. So TP3300 talks, thank you. Yeah, so TP3340, and if this market is coming here, we see that there is a rejection from the top expecting to create a new lower low. You can see this is a very interesting structure formation, and if this market breaking this lower low, we will be on the trade, guys. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the live session, don't miss out to smash the like button now, and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet, and press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I'm posting every day. Okay, here now, complete break, potentially to drop down further. Are you guys with me? So what I think, if this low is broken, we may see that potential trend continuation in this market. Pretty strongly bearish at the moment in that area. Could find an entry in that area, but I would like to, as I mentioned, wanted to see that breaking that lower low, we might be able to find entry in this area. But if it is breaking this lower low here, that's where possibility to create another rejection. Here is the bearish price action, and so if it is breaking below, we are on the trade. Here you can see there is a possibility for rejection. So if it is not creating a new lower low, then we are not on this trade. Okay, so I would like to see this breaking this lower low, and if it is breaking the lower low, we may see potentially another wave below. So what we can see here is in this area, this is the 5-minute chart. There is a bearish pin bar followed by a bear candle with a long wick at the bottom, and if this market coming below, then we may see the lower low, but this is a fully sideways at the moment in this area, creating a higher low. Okay, so the price is maintaining that series of higher low and lower high with a liquidity gap here. So until we see a clear directional bias, we'll be waiting for with this sell stop here. Now with a doji formation on the 30 minutes, the candle closing, and the 15 minutes also a doji. Now 1-minute chart, a big drop, pullback. Let's wait to see if it is coming back again or pushing back up. I think still possibility for further bearish move. Okay, so you can see from here, after this stronger liquidity gap, it's breaking below in that area, and the sell stop is still remaining. If the market break the support, which is we might see that potential break here, then we may see the market to trend back down here. So we are almost nearing to possible trigger here in this trade, patiently waiting for that. If this market breaking below here, we will be on the trade and expecting a possible bearish move here. How many of you placed that pending order here? If you guys on this pending order, you can say yes on the live chat, and let's wait for the possible break below. Thank you. Hi coach, everyone. I think welcome. So you can say yes if you are on this pending order on, still not triggered, but we might see that downside here after break of this low. So it made a false breakdown. Again, you see that this is slowly pushing, trying to back to the upside, and with this false breakdown here, so if you look at here, you can see this is a support, there's a false breakdown, and now is the market again trending back up or breaking below here? We'll see that. Now if the market is completely sideways, then better not to enter. We would like to enter only in a market that is trending. So it's we still don't see any clear directional bias in this area. So all right, so if it is breaking completely below, we'll see that drop. This is the 5 minutes price section where multiple doji formation. See 1 2 1 2 3 fourth candle from the same resistance line trying to break below, and this is very choppy here in that area. So with an inverted head and shoulder here that we are seeing slowly trying to push back up. Now I wouldn't still be very impressed with the fact that it's gonna be fully bullish. It might go here, grab liquidity again, drop again, so which is basically an up and down move in this narrow range. So trading on a narrow range is really not worth doing. Trading on a narrow range until we see that its trend. So breaking below here is where we could see the market to show possible directional bias. Now we can see that 5 minutes, this is a 5 minutes candle that is closing. This is bearish. Now we can see it has broken the trend line and coming back down. So now the probability for a possible drop. So the pending order at 3346.01 is still remaining. Stop loss at 3350.16 also remaining, and TP target at 3340.43 also remaining. Let's wait to see if this break below here, coming down to this support level. If the price break below this swing low, we are on the trade. Okay, you can see that there is a bearish move and we might get a trigger here. We are nearing to the entry. So how many of you have placed the pending order here with me? Thank you very much. I am short on gold. Yes, Gilberto, I'm cooking. Where are you placing the sell order at? So the sell order, we are triggered 3346.34. The trade is triggered here. We are on the trade on Xauusd for this possible break below, and that's only one candle up the stop loss, which is very, very tight, because if it breaks below here, I like to place a tighter stop loss, though the market is a bit higher volatile, so it's little lower stop loss, but expecting to break below, which might lead that price to come down here. All right, so we are learning some profit here in this trade. Would like to see that breaking to the support level. So there is a doji on the 1 minute chart, which is potentially, let's wait to see. All right, cool. And come on, if this market not breaking below here, then probably we might see today the market not trending in this area at all. But okay, so this is the 1 minute. We see some potentially bearish move. Okay, cool, moving in our favor here. And it's a very, very stronger upside bias. We can see the market is in that area with this bear candle. It's not trending, guys. This more often this happen. The market not trending. We see that it's just moving in a sideway, fully choppy market. And yeah, so if you look at the daily, we can see that the volatility is very low on the daily here as well. So this is the daily low and daily high. So the price may finally move in one direction, but at the moment it's not trending. I think the way the price action is forming on the lower time frame, this is the 1 hour, the possibility for breakdown is higher. So we might see that long-term move possibly to the downside. It's potentially preparing for a break below here to the support. Okay, so we might see a break below here in that market, the way the price is heading to. At the moment in this area it's ranging, it's not properly trending here. So until we see a complete break of this trend, we'll be waiting for further confirmation, especially 1 hour chart that I see here with we see there is a pin bar and then bearish engulfer, followed by this 1 hour price action also bearish. So a head, left shoulder, right shoulder here as well. So the price on the 1 hour showing that possibly to break below. In this area it's not trending nicely, so once it breaks below properly, that's where we might see the market to continue to trend back down here. So we will be waiting for further confirmation, as we are almost at the end of the session, and I'll be ending this session here for today, as this is NFP week. We patience is key. Will be waiting for better entry opportunity in the upcoming hour. I think we might see that complete break of support. That's where we might find another entry. So especially the 1 hour close candle close below. If it is closing below, then we might see that potential to trend in that direction. And thank you for that. We'll see you guys again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay happy.